What's going on? What's going on? So, I completely overbooked myself this evening. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I completely overcommitted, which is something that I've been trying to get better and better at doing. Slipped up today. I'm like triple booked at this time. So we're gonna do a quick 10-15 minute situation on branding. As soon as you enter this live or as soon as you watch this on the replay, go ahead and put your questions or your wisdom down in the comments, especially if you're watching on the replay, and then we can kind of have a nice back and forth. If you don't know, we are working on our next book, Launch It, 7 Steps to Launch Your Business, and Branding is chapter 9. No, chapter 10 is on creating the brand. So wanted to kind of just do some live conversation on my perspective of branding, see what y'all think about it. If you are starting your business next week, tomorrow, next year, anything like that, go ahead and click the link in the bio. You can go to Launch It, free resources and workshops. Fill out that quick form and we'll send you some free stuff. But quickly, what is branding? So this definition, which I don't like, says branding is the promotion of a particular product or company by means of advertising and distinctive design. I think that's marketing. That is a bad definition from what I have learned. This is the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary definition of branding. Let's see another one. The marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. That's a little bit better. An effective branding strategy gives you a major edge in increasing competitive markets. So my definition, right? Those are the two ones that go out there. My definition from things that I've been reading and collecting. I feel like branding is the personification of your business, right? For you, you have your own personality, you have your own character traits, and we'll get into that next. I feel like when you create your brand, you are articulating who your company is, right? You're articulating its values, you're articulating possibly how old it is, you're articulating uh sometimes gender, you're articulating beliefs. Like, I feel like when you create a brand, you are creating literally an identity and a personification of your company, idea, or product. And this person should not change, right? It can, just like you, it can develop, it can mature, but at the end of the day, I feel like you're probably the same person you were in high school at your root, right? You're probably the same person you were in middle school at your root. You may have grown a beard, you may have locks now, you may wear different clothes, but I'm still, excuse me, I'm still the nerd I was in high school, right? I'm still the nerd I was in middle school. I still love Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, like all that type of stuff. I still make corny jokes, still like playing sports, like literally all those fundamental things haven't changed. I just became president of Team Ugly instead of a member of Team Ugly, right? Shout out to all my Team Ugly people out there. But what is branding? Branding is the personality, in my opinion, it's the personality and the real identity of who your business is. Now, next thing we have on here, and if you missed the story, you have a little board here. Just because I can rant, I can go all over the place. So I really trying to make sure I lock in, especially when I'm doing these lives, especially when I'm triple booked and have like 5 things going on at once. Don't do it, y'all. I'm gonna try to be better. I will be better. But personal brand versus your business brand. I think these can be the same, but they don't have to be the same, right? I think you're all right, De'Von, right? Or the brand that I'm building is really De'Von Truvel as the brand, and then there's Devon Walker, just like the person. But De'Von Truvel as a brand is pretty much the same as Devon Walker. Just that's the professional or the creative name that I go by, and that brand is creative, it's intelligent, it personifies Black excellence, it is positive, it is business oriented, financially literate, an author, public speaker, it is punctual, it is honorable, right? Doing things that I say I'm going to do, like this live. And yeah, and I feel like all those personal brand things are also things that I have in my personal life, whether I'm De'Von Truvel as the brand or Devon Walker as the person. And a lot of those things are also found in Play Black Wall Street, right? Black excellence, Black history, financial literate, the positive energy, all of that are things that I try to also uplift in the brand of Play Black Wall Street. So for you, I think evaluating your personal brand is a great way to evaluate your business brand, because the way we have it set up, it's like you want to kind of get paid to be you, right? So if you can create a brand that maybe doesn't utilize all your traits, but utilizes most of them, and you can be your natural, authentic you in your business, and it's still on brand, it's still parallel. That's the goal, right? The fact that last week, I don't remember if I went live here. I think I went live on my Play Black Wall Street. All right. So the fact that I can go live on my personal and I can go live on Play Black Wall Street, I'm the same person in both places, because the brand is almost the same in both places. But there are some people that create completely separate brands, right? You can have a water company, you can have a car company, a fashion company that could be completely separate from you. Another really good route to go, personally, that's not the route that I go, just because I'm trying to kind of build businesses around my lifestyle. But it's not a bad way to go at all, for sure. But long story short, there is personal brand, there is business brand. One last thing that I want to do here is, I think the longer your brand stays consistent, whether it's a business brand or a personal brand, the longer your brand stays consistent, the more opportunities will find you, right? Because I know people from college who now hit me up about financial literacy, hit me about education, because I've been in this lane, in this market of education since college, right? So now people are continuing to give me those opportunities. 10 years from now, when my friends are presidents of colleges, deans, when they're possibly president of the United States, when they're, directors and producers in Hollywood, like I tell my friends all the time, like literally the people that we see, we are becoming them, right? We are literally that next generation behind the Oprahs, behind the Tyler Perrys, the LeBron James, the Jay-Z, the Kevin Hart, Beyonce. Like, we are literally the generation coming up behind them, and eventually we will fill those shoes. And when we fill those shoes, I mean, I hope we're still connected. I know there's a squad that I'm for sure gonna be connected to, but it's like you want people to still remember. Oh yeah, that's right. 10 years ago, De'Von was doing the board game and the financial literacy stuff. I have this idea, I have this opportunity. Let me go ahead and hit up De'Von and see if he's still doing that. Hey, what's up, De'Von? You still selling board games? Yup. You still writing books? Yup. You still into real estate and financial freedom? 100%. I got this opportunity for you. Beautiful. Right? So that's why, again, I prefer personally to find a brand and build the business brand parallel to the personal brand. That way, if I'm not changing, this business not changing, 10 years from now, I'm still doing the same stuff. Branding versus marketing. All right, go ahead and put what you think the difference between branding and marketing is. In my opinion, branding is who you are. Marketing is how you let other people know who you are. Right? So who you are doesn't, again, I don't think it changes. Like who you are, I think can develop, it can build, but at its core, at its root, it's not changing. So how do you communicate who you are to people? And we'll talk about that specifically a little bit later in brand ambassadors. But yeah, it's literally how you communicating your business. Is it through the colors? Is it through the logo? Is it through the symbols? Is it through your core values and the other words that you choose to use on your website? Is it music? Is it a smell? Like the fact that you go to Abercrombie, or there's another store that does this too, but you walk past it and it always has that same smell, right? Or Gucci always has that same pattern, or Louis always has the LV. Like there's ways that you know the brand by what you see, right? So branding versus marketing. Branding is who you are. It's who the company is at its core. Marketing is how you let other people know who you are. All right. Next one. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Ron, I'm triple tasking right now, sir. It's a busy day. And right after this, I'm about to go to a live concert that my friend's performing at. Shout out to Isaac Oshintola. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do his thing. Long story short, it's a long day. Company avatar. All right. These are questions you can ask yourself about your company, about your brand, to build out that brand. Me too, man. The struggle. The struggle. But so some questions you want to ask about your company. What is the gender of your company? Right? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it non-binary? Is it gender neutral? Right? Is it fluid? All those things. What is the gender? What is the voice? Is it an active voice? Hey, what's going on, Jay? Is it an active, aggressive type person? Is it more comedy? Is it a optimistic and positive vibe? That's our brand. Play Black Wall Street. We're that probably annoying, positive, optimistic brand voice for sure. But what is the brand voice? Is it more satire type stuff? Is it serious? Like what is the voice of your brand? What's another thing? What does your brand do for a living? Right? If your brand had a profession, if it had a job, what would your brand's job be? And this doesn't matter what market you're in, right? You can be in the fashion industry, but what is the job that your brand works? For me, my brand is a child, so it doesn't work a job, right? But maybe its parents are in education, so it has a lot of education and Black history knowledge, but it has the youthfulness, the optimism, and the kind of the energy of a child. For you, think about what age is your brand? What does your brand do? Where does your brand live? What does your brand like to do for fun, right? Like literally, branding is personifying your business. So what you need to do is create the profile, create the person that is your brand. Now, your brand can have multiple identities, or you can have a family tree of your brand, right? Maybe the main voice is this, but and then you also have a side voice that comes out sometimes that's the uncle, the brother, the sister of the main voice. And then you also have this other voice that sometimes talks with your brand or hosts podcasts, hosts events. That's the auntie, grandma, or evil stepbrother of the brand. Like literally, you can create different personalities within your brand. But the point is to know every time you're presenting your brand, every time you're communicating your brand, you're doing it intentionally. What's going on? What's up, Colbert? Core identity, right? Core identity of your brand. We're almost done. We got 3 more things on the list, and then we'll get out of here. But your core identity, you want to make sure you have your mission, your vision, your core values, and the core purpose for your business, right? For your brand. What are you trying to achieve? How are you going to achieve it? Why is your business in existence to begin with? And then what are those like values or principles, right? Like the religion of your brand that will be unbreakable. You want to set these things. And I was reading this I'm packing up books right now because we're doing a lot, so I'm not even going to be able to find it. Vision and values, yes sir. But I was reading the Built to Last book, dope book, and it was saying basically, you want to create these core values because 100 years from now, I'm gonna be gone. Facts. Like 100 years from now, unless Elon Musk creates some crazy technology, I'm gonna not be here on this planet. But I still want Play Black Wall Street, True Health Forever, West Harlem. I still want all these other things to go on in perpetuity as if I'm here. Right? So in order to do that, in order for your business to keep on going with the values that you established, in order for your business to keep on acting in this world as if you're still here, you need to take the time to create core values, mission, vision, core purpose. That way, the next CEO, the next CEO, my great grandson, my great great granddaughter, my great 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 granddaughter, they can know this is what De'Von and Sinclair wanted. This is the mission. Let's follow this roadmap. All right, let's go with all the data. So that's why it's very important, core identity and your core values, mission, vision, because when you're not here anymore, you still want your business to act in the brand, in the value that you initially envisioned in your head. Okay. Last thing, brand and hello. Thanks, sis. Hello. But last thing, brand ambassadors. This is exactly probably what you're thinking, but not exactly what you're thinking, right? What are brand ambassadors now, right? If I was a Harmless Harvest brand ambassador, what would my role be? Other than getting paid. Which I would definitely be a brand ambassador, 100%. But my role as a brand ambassador would be to tell other people about how great Harmless Harvest is, right? I'm a brand ambassador. I'm going to spread that message. Your brand ambassadors are your Instagram account, right? Because that's one way you tell people about your brand. Think of these as like brand channels, right? Your podcast is a brand ambassador. I need you to let me know about that clothes you wearing and where you get it from. Look, this is from Dianu. 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 Dope stuff. Literally almost all my formal wear comes from there. All my streetwear comes from Rare, but that may switch up in a second. But yeah, this is Dianu. It's great stuff. Black owned. What was I saying? Oh, brand ambassador. So Instagram, brand ambassador for you. Your podcast is a brand ambassador for you. Your YouTube channel is a brand ambassador for you. Your business card, your email marketing system that you use. What else? If you're doing fashion shows, if you're doing pop-up shops, like literally think of all of these different entities as your brand ambassadors. You want to make sure that they're constantly working to spread and amplify your brand. Okay? So that's pretty much all we got for today. Some books that I got some. I'm packing up some stuff, so I don't have all my books handy. But one book, Contagious. This is a really good one, more so for marketing. But once you know your brand, hey, what's going on? Garnish Locks in here. Hey, these locks are sponsored by Garnish Locks. Appreciate you. But Contagious is one good one, specifically on, and now you got me up with the alfalfa over here. Dang it, Rosie. But it's a good one for marketing. Gospel of Wealth was just something random that I was reading today by Andrew Carnegie. This is a good one in understanding why the wealthy people get wealthy, right? How is it that wealthy people attract money? And they talk about being able to be organized, being able to manage wealth, people, and projects. And this is a little bit more towards the industrial complex or the industrial revolution. But I think we are entering into a similar time point now with the artificial revolution or the blockchain revolution, the internet revolution, however you want to call it. So this is another good one. It's only like 20 pages too. Other ones, Built to Last, fire book that I'm reading right now. If you're trying to really build a brand, build a corporation that will last 6 generations after you, right? I'm trying to have my kids adopt this business, have this job, and be set, right? And when you think of the Rockefellers, when you think of even the Trumps, when you think of all, like, they have generational money. Our last names 5 generations from now can be that new generational money, but it needs to start with you building the wealth, with you creating an entity that can last after you, and with you creating a way of transferring that wealth without going through the courts. So you create a trust, a will, all that good stuff. That's a completely different topic. But literally, you can be the one to start this legacy of wealth for your family. Crystal, the realtor, what's up? Another good one is 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Again, this is a marketing book, but once you identify your brand, it makes it easier for you to market, right? So your brand is going to help you get the personality, but then to actually kind of make that revenue and to get your brand out there, you're going to use these marketing tools. This is another short one. How many pages? Well, not as short as the Gospel of Wealth, but 130 pages and a really good read, like practical stuff. Like, we've literally taken nuggets from here that saved us money and made us money really quickly. And then lastly, the Book of You. Corny, I know, but that's me. That's my brand. My brand is corniness. The Book of You. And I say that because the better you know yourself, the better you can identify who you are, truths about your past, truths about your present, truths about your future, the easier it would be for you to identify the truths of your business, the truths of your brand. Like, if you can't identify who you are, how are you going to identify who your company is? How are you going to identify who your other, people around you are? So study literally the Book of You, take a assessment test, take a personality test, take the 5 love languages, literally just learn more about yourself. And then as you learn about yourself, translate what you learn about you to your business, to your brands, to your loved ones, all of that. All right. So that's what we got for today. Facts. Yes. Got you, Rosie. UCR in here. What's up? Go Mob. Go Bob. All right. So that's all I got for today on branding. If y'all got questions, feel free to put your questions in there. I'm kind of, again, like triple tasking right now. So if there's no questions that come in like the next 30, I'm probably going to go ahead and end this one a little bit early. But if you want a full workshop on branding, let me know. I was this close to doing a full workshop on customer avatar. But then I put this on Instagram, like branding your customer avatar, and nobody picked customer avatar. So I don't know if it's because no one knows what it is or because it's just not interesting at all. But I want to do another free workshop next Thursday. So let me know if you're interested in branding. Again, if you are starting your business or interested in starting your business, do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Go to the link in my bio, click that. The number 1 link up there is Launch It, free resources and workshops. Go ahead and click that. Fill out the form in there. It takes 5 minutes, 4 minutes if you're fast. And then you'll get invited to our workshops. You'll get a free chapter in the Launch It book that's coming out very soon and additional resources. So if you're serious about starting that business, click the link in the bio. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Fill out that form and we'll get you some resources. Branding, you did. Yes, you did. I'm interested. I got you, Rosie. For sure. Did you fill it out yet? I don't think you did, actually. Yeah, fill that form out and you'll get invited to next week's workshop. We'll do it on branding. We'll probably cover these points that I did, but in way more details. And if y'all put any questions or comments inside of this chat, I'll make sure to pull information from here and put it inside of the presentation as well. And then that one is a full hour with slides, with your video, my video, very interactive. So we'll be able to get some good stuff. All right. Cool. Appreciate y'all. Please stay healthy, stay mentally wealthy, and of course, stay true. Peace.